Ladies and gentlemen, we should be live. Welcome to this episode of Crypto Conversations. Got Crypto Phil on. Obviously, he should be no stranger to my channel. We try to do these little AMA one-on-ones, just these kind of fireside chats periodically throughout the year. So I figured it was another good time to do it. Crypto market's been doing some pretty interesting things. We tried to line this up for last week or maybe the week before, somewhere in there, but we just couldn't find the time that would work the best. In between that time, you went out to Germany to a crypto conference. So first off, welcome to the channel again, as always, and thanks for everyone who's jumping on stream right now. But also, I'd like to hear about your trip.
Yeah, man. Scott, thank you so much for having me again. You know, we did. I think this is like the third time we are here, and I hope everybody can hear me. Because I cannot see any information here, I guess. But let me just. Oh yeah, there are people there. Okay, great.
There we go.
Can anybody hear me? By the way, just to make sure. I think should be fine. Yeah. Yes. Okay. How is the volume? I guess yes. Okay. So I just come back from Germany. Not even 18 hours ago, 16 hours ago. It was like 2 a.m. and Germany was. I think I went to crypto conference, my second crypto conference, and all good, great. Thanks, City. And it was, I come back and today spoke to my wife, and I'm always, you network for like 8 hours a day, man. It's just crazy,
Yeah.
Because you're a YouTuber and everybody wants you and everybody pick you up and then send, you speak with them, try to see who they are. They all represent their the project, what they have, and it was in 4 different floors, like gaming. Then we have like different exchanges, like everything else. They had the VIP, so where it was like alcohol unlimited for the VIP, food unlimited, drinks, whatever you want. So most people get drunk by 6 p.m. It was funny, and that's where they do the contract. But people do. I did a few videos. I posted 3 videos, by the way. Pretty much I asked over 15 stands. I went to them, just asked them like a 30 seconds questions, just a little bit introduction for their project, and I pick up 4 good projects. What I did like interview, and it's coming from tomorrow on. They're coming, so I'll post them, and they're very interesting, man. You're getting so much insight information, like for the project launch, like secret partnership there, like what's happening. You had the Binance, Coinbase, they coming. I had a chat. It is good, man. I'm definitely going again this year, in 2024, at least in 2 more or maybe 3. I'll try to catch up here in Europe or maybe Dubai. This year, actually 2023, the biggest was. It's called Crypto 2049. It was in Singapore. That was the most successful. I think it was September, and I was invited, but I wasn't able to go. I was invited from Sonorus from Delicium, one platform I work with before. I had got a few notes from them, and then they invite me to go there, but I can't. I was in India, and yeah, it was great experience. I highly suggest to everybody who have chance, just go to crypto conference. It's just so many people like you just talk crypto all day long.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that's definitely something that I'll try to attack in 2024, because they have them around here. Obviously, there's always like good ones in Miami or out in LA or California or whatever. So most of that stuff's relatively close to me. You can get over to California or some of those areas in about an hour and a half flight. So it's not too bad. Like you were saying, in Europe, everything's 2 hours away, so you can hit all sorts of different countries. And out here, it's 5.5 hours flight to get to like Miami. So it's quite a ways out there, but it's cool. If you could pick probably 1 or 2 of your favorite projects that kind of stood out to you from your trip, what ones are kind of on your mind the most?
Yeah, it's a project called MetaV Pro. I did a video. It's coming. Probably I'll post it in the next 4 days. There will be 4 projects. So MetaV Pro, it's interesting because they have nodes, but I'm late on the nodes. I'll wait for their token. And they're having games, but the partnership, what they doing, I'm not allowed to say anything. They can be huge, and they already raised over 2 and something millions. There's so many Polish people there, like from Poland. It was just crazy, man. Like, I think Polish community, I didn't know there's so much into like all this project. It was half of the attendance people. They're from Poland. They all drive like 7-8 hours driving, flying, wherever, just to attend
Really?
there. And they keep most of the stands because Berlin, Germany, Poland, they're very close.
Yeah.
And it was one very interesting project. It's not a project. It's basically they're like a lawyers from Canada, and they're helping if you want to start up your crypto exchange project and you want to do legally. These are the people who you want to chat. You know, you want to be all legal in your country, wherever you are in the world. You want to work with SEC, you don't know what to do. Well, call these guys; they'll do that for you. You know, that was like unique. You know, these guys, everybody want to speak with them. I need like 15 minutes with the guy. I wait for a couple of hours just to get it to him. You know, everybody like waiting on the line to speak with the main guy. So I grabbed him. You know. We make a video and I'll post the video very soon with all the links and everything. It was I think it's not a project, a token, but can help the crypto industry a lot. So also one exchange on off ramp. I will post also the video in the next couple of days. That's easy. That's only for Europe right now, but it's going to go. I think you promote Spritz. You in Spritz, correct? Yeah. So this is like Spritz in Europe. Only 1% fee. You know, 1% for on-off ramp.
Yeah,
and they're going to have their token, and you can benefits getting tokens if you use that. So that sounds very interesting. I'm going to first. I need to get registered tomorrow, and then hopefully I will send the video Monday, Tuesday. So
let me know on that, because I obviously have about half of probably my audience is overseas. A lot of folks in the UK and in other countries over there, and they're kind of bummed that they can't use Spritz. Spritz is amazing over here. I'm paying about 1.5% to off ramp and bill pay and everything, and it's not bad at all.
Nothing.
It's nothing compared to what you can pay out there, 20-25% sometimes on these major fees. So that'll be amazing to have. So that's a good one. Also, like you said, those folks that help with some of the regulatory stuff and make sure you're good with the SEC and all that, I could see that being a major win and a really needed service, if you will, going forward. Because if all this spot ETF stuff gets approved like we think it might, there's going to be a lot of projects, a lot of big institutional capital flowing into the space, and having a lot of, I'd say a lot of people and a lot of businesses or devs that are awesome, that are really good in the general markets, would want to come over and play in crypto, but they're really risk averse, so they don't want to do anything that steps on the SEC toes. So I can imagine they'd want someone to help guide them through that process.
Yeah, you will see how many people were waiting to have a chat with this team. You know, it was just, they're the winners from all, like, I don't know, they were like maybe 40-50 stands, you know, there. They were the true winners, and it was one hot game also. But they coming like end of the next year with the pre-sale, so very soon. So I'm going to ape into the pre-sale, and that was also a hot game. It was just, but I wasn't allowed to take any video because it's it was a trial. So that was also a hot game. It's like the graphics and everything was crazy.
Interesting. That's awesome. Well, cool. I enjoyed hearing about your trip. Like I said, I need to get to some of those. I got to imagine, like, I already get pumped when I talk to folks like you and the other buddies in the DMs and hear about new projects that seem like they're real promising and all that type of stuff. So I get pretty excited about it. I can't imagine how I'd feel after spending a weekend at a crypto conference or whatever, digging into some of the new stuff that's coming out there. But I'll have to do that this year.
Yeah, I have on my Telegram a separate folder, Crypto Conference Berlin says. I have 18 contacts from a project I spoke with and exchanged information and to further follow up. You know, it was one crazy project it like sketchy, you know, and these guys, like, I never see this before. It was like a picture into picture. So you zoom out and you go a new picture, and you zoom out this one, you go to another picture. It was 26 pictures to each other with all the crypto, how it started 10 years ago, 12 years ago. It was like unique, and you can, do some collaboration with them. They can stack your crypto field there. It was interesting. And I say, who going to use this? But people like them. It's like a mem coin, something like that.
Yeah.
It was called Memland. They give me a T-shirt. It's somewhere.
Awesome. That's cool. Well, I think the theme that I was trying to put out there when we talked about doing this stream on the channel was just kind of how to win big in 2024. I think we're both of the opinion that there's a good chance the spot ETFs get approved and we start pushing our way at least close to a bull market, if not like a full-blown bull market. And I really do think that if the spot ETFs, particularly just if Bitcoin does, but also if the Bitcoin one and the Ethereum one, spot ETFs get approved, institutional capital will have to buy those assets and actually hold them. And so the prices are just going to go crazy. I can't imagine that's not going to make everyone FOMO. And I think a bull market would start right then, because while I think normal investors don't have a lot of money because interest rates are high, the inflation rates are crazy. I don't think there's a ton of money that just general investors have, maybe not as much as during some of the bull markets of the past. I think the amount of capital that we have as just general investors is tiny compared to institutional capital. So that institutional capital comes in and these guys are just going to run the space, and hopefully some of us are smart enough to ride the wave while it happens. So that should be pretty interesting. But the theme today is really how to win over this next year. And so I think we might as well start off by talking about the project that you introduced me to in Portfolio Masters. And again, it's not really a project, it's a service rather, that these guys created, that they're launching. And so we can talk a little bit about that, because you turned me on to it and it looks really cool. And I do have some questions on even how to obtain some of these tokens and everything. But Portfolio Masters, if you want to just tell folks what it is. I've already discussed it on my channel a little bit. I know you have as well, but just your initial take when you met up with those guys, what you thought of the service.
Portfolio Masters are the true winners, to be honest. How to say, I spoke with this guy. They're basically, all right, so like you say, it's not a project, it's just a service. Oh, also, before we go on, I post today a short video, shorts, I guess it's called short, on YouTube. I'm giving away, for whoever is watching, I'm giving away like up to 10 winners, $50 each for Christmas, around New Year time. So make sure you comment all my videos in December. I'm going to pick up 5 videos, up to 10 winners, $50 each. So leave a comment to every video, 1 comment related with the video, and I'll just pick up on January 1st, just to know, I'm always giving away. So Christmas coming, and I just want to give away more.
That's amazing, man. That's awesome. So you heard him. Go over to that video, leave a comment. He's going to pick some folks to kick some free cash out to, which is super cool.
Yeah. So Portfolio Masters, let's talk about them. At the moment, these guys, and I think for the long future, they are the true winners. And I can see Mark is here, and probably some of the other members. Portfolio Masters, yes, it's a service. So what's happening is these guys come to me and say, "Hey, Phil, can we chat with you? We have this, we have that." I say, "Okay, it's not a project. Thank you. Great. Let's have a call." So we have a call. We spoke like over an hour, and I say, "Wow, I love your idea." So what's happening is these guys got burned, like me, like you, like everybody else, from the big project before, like last year, the beginning of this year, all these PGV stable fund, we all got burned again and again and again, and I almost give up like twice, and then so this guy says, why to invest and lock our money where they already made 2, 3, 4, 5x in their investments, by going into low market cap tokens, with hopefully good tokenomics and potential good projects, not any project, but deep research and all that stuff. So these guys, what they did is they got the money and they are like 3-4 people. They do a lot of research all day long. I don't think that when they sleep, and they find the project, they check the AMAs, they check team, they check tokenomics, they check like everything. No meme coins. I know their rules. They have some rules. And they're trying to get like low market cap, between 1, 5, 10, 20 million market cap. And I know they start investing, and they have their strategy and they follow. They're very disciplined. Not me. I'm not a lot, but I'm learning, Everybody different, dude. I'm emotional, I want 10x. It doesn't work like that. I think these guys did 22x on their 2022 portfolio. 22x. That was 2 months ago. That was crazy. And they create a group for free. So their point is, look, we won't do this for us, however we want to help more people, and they create this one for free. And also then they say, well, while we're doing for free, we'll do paid, because they work like 8-10 hours a day. DeFi Club A, buddy. And they say, why, of course, they want to get some money for their rewards, but all the money, what they're getting, they put them back, building, getting more projects, just to buy more tokens and all that stuff. That's how I know. So what they're doing is they're finding amazing projects, hopefully potential very good project, low market cap. They buy them, they tell you when they buy them, and then they give you also some updates, what they're doing, how they're doing, what's their strategy. And now the new updates, what I need to share actually right here on the screen, is they're going to have a big AMA on Sunday, 5 o'clock UTC time, so exactly like this time, 1 hour earlier, in their channel, in their Telegram channel. And they're going to have some NFT or something like that. They're going to have a big updates. And they're going to have a website where all the holders going to get airdrop NFT, and you will be able to follow their portfolio, how it's managing, what they're buying, what they see live, so you can copy them, wherever they buy, you can buy if you want. Always do your research, by the way. But I missed, when I joined them, I missed few calls. I said, let me see them. And they post, we bought this one. I say, I don't like this one. But I didn't do research. I just say, I don't like the token, And then I say, it's already up 200%. Why they buying? And then after like 10 days, the token went 4x. It's like, what the heck, And that's happened with several tokens. And then I ape in, and everything what they're posting, pretty much almost all tokens, I'm putting small amount, whatever I can afford to lose,
Mm-hmm.
I will just put there and just leave it. If it's double the price, I have my rules now, take profits, ROI, play with the bank money, simple as that. Yeah, this is the winners at the moment. This team, I think, is true one of the winner for this year. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to agree with you. And I think their business model is pretty interesting. So, to me, it's an interesting service because these guys, they're going to dig in, and thank Mark for showing up, but they're going to dig in and do all the research for you. A lot of us aren't cut out for that research. I'm not particularly great at it to dig that deep on all these specific tokens, but they go out and do all the research. They've really already done it. They've already done the research. They think the tokens are going to go up. They're low market cap, but not crazy low to where just, little shares of rumors or whatever could push the token and they could pump and dump. It's not really what these are at all. So they've already done the research and gone through the process. And so they can invest in those tokens themselves. And, as they go up, these guys are making money. But since they've already done the process, they've already got all the research there. It only makes sense to share that with other people and just charge a monthly fee or whatever. It just makes a lot of sense for a business model because they've done all the work already. Now, these guys don't need other people to be buying in for the tokens to go up because they already, did the research and they're already purchasing in and kind of calling when they plan to enter. And then when they're getting out of stuff, they're getting out of it. When they're sharing specific strategies about whether they're going to hold it or whatever, they kind of share all that information. And so it only benefits them though if there's another 100 of us or so that are getting in on these plays and riding the wave up as well. So I think it's a cool business model, really easy. And I'm really actually excited about their website and everything that they're going to come out. So you can kind of see your portfolio real time, have a dashboard, see what you invested in, see how it did, see how it didn't do, whatever. But when I started looking at those plays, when you originally sent them over, I'm like, yeah, these did really well. And so I've been watching, I'm in the VIP group like you now. And so I've been going by every time they make a call on something, I go in and I actually look on it. I look at the price and I'm kind of watching the charts, and then I'm checking back kind of like once a day to see how they're doing. They're pretty much everything they're calling out is hitting. So sometimes it's just like a 2x. It's nothing super major. Sometimes it's an 8x. And they all, for the most part, you can tell they're not pump and dumps because they're all on this like upward trend. They're all make like a new high, and then there's no big sell-offs where it's kind of coming down. It's just continuing to move into like a bullish category. So I think they're picking some really good winners. I'm excited about leaning into a lot of these plays because I've never been good. I always just kind of pick random tokens I think that are going to do good. I'll do some research into some utility of one token or another, and I'll buy into it. And I did it the last bull market, and I'm sure, I'll do it again this bull market, but I like them having done the much deeper research and giving me better plays that I can bet on and go in on. So I think it'll be a much more profitable bull market, with this resource. So I really like Portfolio Masters. I did want to ask you, what platforms are you using to trade, to buy and sell these things right now?
Yeah, so that's exactly a good question. To be honest, to go back to these guys, like you said, I'm, you said like 2-3x, but just imagine. Okay, just put this one. We're getting into passive platforms. We're trying to get 0.5% a day or 1% a day. And the platform, we all know, lasting for a couple of months and all that stuff. Now, I guess that big Kuopi is rugging and all the stuff. I don't even know. Mm-hmm. But here, the money are not locked. Basically buying tokens. If the token fell, it's fell. But if the token go up 2, 3, 5x, it's like 300-400% you do in a month, 2 months time. Oh, there you go. Yeah, hi guys, hand pick waving. 80 Portfolio Masters. So basically, I just want to say, man, these guys I really like them. Even every second project, wherever they saying, if it's successful, for me, success, man. Like, I never ever, most of us, 99% don't have the time to do research. You know how much is that time? Like, how you busy you are, family, kids,
full-time job.
Working. Yeah, everybody are busy. Yeah, grow my Bitcoin. Nice to see you, buddy. And then these guys are doing all the hard work for me for $50 a month in the VIP. Also in the free channel, you have them coming most of the tokens, but afterwards, I think it's no-brainer to join at least the free one. And I think now with the NFT will be much more, the price should be, they don't give me anything, but I think should be very beneficial for everybody. When I spoke last time with them, it was just before I go to Germany, and they say, we want to have different, for next year, we want to be available for most of the members, of course, some fee, but everybody who want to join to be able to join. Because believe me, I joined a couple of groups in the last several weeks, and I want to give a go till April. I'm paying $100 a month in one, $100 a month in that another one, and I joined somebody else for $30-40. And I'm trying to scoop up, because if you see, the best thing is to get the inside information is when you do this, sometimes a private group, and that's how it's working. It's the sad way, but that's how it's working, and there's so much good information. Like now I joined some YouTuber actually to get a teach, so I can learn more for farming in the V3, because they're doing amazing. They're in their group. It's just amazing. So I want to learn. I paid 2 weeks ago, and I still don't have the time to join them. I just paid before they increase the price. Just have my spot. I'm waiting to come back from Germany. I'm going there, so I want to learn everywhere. Everything, V3 farming, it's hot. Buying tokens, low market cap is hot. Next year we're waiting for the bull market, hopefully, even if ETF it's delayed, great, more buying opportunity. Now, to answer to your question, for exchanges, I'm trying to get registered everywhere. Any shitty exchange, anywhere, just different emails. For good exchange, use different email. Shitty exchange, use different email, different password. Always use 2FA. I'm trying to get registered to as many as I can, so I can scoop up these tokens. Like it was one Xen, XEN, something like that. Exchange who like nobody know, but some of the tokens are there, so that's good, because you can buy the tokens before it's listed to Maxio or KuCoin or Binance, hopefully, and then the token go up. Like look at what's happening with Kaspa now. I'm into Kaspa heavy. This is my biggest position, and that's thanks to my admin. And my admin follow a YouTuber who we just subscribed to him, because this guy was buying Kaspa when it was 0.08, and I bought my first Kaspa 0.08. Now it's 14 cents. My last bot was it's 12 cents. So I'm DCA up. Because this is for long hold, and Kaspa is not even on major exchange yet. So that's to bring the price to $1 easy when it's listed to at least 3-4 exchange next year, hopefully. So yeah. It's I'm buying everywhere, any exchange, man. Any exchange you can imagine, I'm getting registered and I'm buying. Of course, trying to buy with small amount of money. If you can withdraw, great. If not, just hopefully it's not going to wreck the exchange.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm kind of doing the same thing. I've been trying all sorts of different stuff. I've noticed now over the last year or two, a lot of exchanges have been eliminated for the US, especially the
Yeah,
centralized
man.
stuff. And so you can't use them in the US. So I've been trying to pick and choose which ones, but it's so crazy that you've got a token out there, you want to purchase it, and there's all these blockades in between you and getting them. But I am trying to find all the right exchanges and everything that I want to use. I've got about 1 million tabs open on my screen here, so I can go in and purchase those, because there's a handful of them I want to go a little heavy on, like you said. And so I think they're going to do well over time, that I want to stake those positions. Once they 2 or 3x or so, I'll take back my initial position, and then you're just playing with house money at that point, which is the best, particularly in a bull market.
It's an easy way. Easy way is when you want to buy a token, you find somebody who you trust. Send them money, they'll buy the token. Let's say you send me $100, I buy the token, I send it to your address ASAP.
Yeah.
Simple as that. If you cannot register, if you want the token badly, some shitty exchange, and somebody can register, from India or from here or wherever, doesn't matter. And then that's also, people do that on the last bull market. I know people from America, they were like banned. They say, oh, I'll send you like $100, just buy me this one, or I'll send you wherever. But you must trust the guy, of course.
Yeah,
that also
makes sense. Well, I'm probably going to have to use you for some of these. Some of these I can't get a hold of, because there's been a couple, and DeFi Club just posted like their success rate is insane. They really do have a high success rate. And so there's some of these that I've been watching, and checked it was 30 cents, and then a few days later 40, and then 70, 75, and I'm like, and I wanted to pull the trigger, but I couldn't find a way to purchase it, and I just figured I'll just wait a couple days. So they're coming out with plays often. And so the nice thing is, like, I've been in the game long enough that I don't allow myself to just get FOMO and like come in late, so they're giving plays often enough that if I miss one, like I missed a couple last week that I really wanted to take advantage of, that I can just wait, because they're coming out with some new ones on a pretty regular basis. So I think there's going to be a lot of winners that are coming out. And Mark answered my question too. He says use DexSexes. I've never even heard of.
Oh, there we go. That's the one I told you. Hedge Hex. I'm there.
Okay.
I'm going to get registered to this one. Trade or Aubrey, whatever it's called. I need to get registered. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Mexi they banned in the US. There's a
Really?
few. It's frustrating. Well, I tried to register the other day, at least in my area. Problem is I can VPN and try to do different things, but if it's a sex, then they gotta go in and try to verify my address and all that kind of stuff. So it gets a little frustrating, but it's one of those things. It's one of those things we got to deal with in the DeFi space. Also, this is nice. We share the exchanges where you can buy our tokens, so that's awesome. So I'll
can you pull the? I'm not sure if you can pull on the screen their last statement on their. Not from VIP, we're not allowed to share, but from the free version, where they do the. I can send you, if you go to their Telegram group from Portfolio Masters, the free version, and you will see the. Let me just find it.
The most recent one.
Yeah. It's actually the last one. You can see, look, like HNA, the token what they posted on their free channel, in the public channel, did 10x.
Yeah.
Clore AI. This was, I think, yesterday, December 6th. Yeah. Clore AI. Did you find it?
Yeah. Let me bring it up.
This is just, dude. This is just crazy. I'm trying to get more heavier. I think I'm also. I have a different portfolio in my what's called watch list, and I put there only Degen tokens. And also including a lot of these ones, so I can follow when somebody have correction or fail, so I can buy some.
Yeah, here it is. Let me take.
Yeah,
this.
there we go. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you will see. So HNA, the first one, reached 10x from the public channel.
Yeah.
Okay, and you will see, if you click on the link, it's going to show you. I was checking yesterday for some member. It was listed 16th of October. Today it's not even 2 months and a half ago. And did like crazy.
Yeah.
So they have a very good picks, and I'm sad I didn't ape heavier or on time for most of them, because I missed a lot. I was just skeptical a little bit, but now I guess I'll just put small amounts to all their calls, because they don't have like 100 calls. These guys, they have like 1 or 2 calls a week, and that's good. I don't need 100 calls. I need one quality, you know. Even as I said, every second, if it's successful, we are on the moon.
Yeah, I prefer not to have 100, because then you got to make a decision between a bunch of different ones. With these, you know, they're given 2 or 3 really solid plays. You can take a look, figure out which ones you want to go in. Maybe you throw 100 on each, or, you know, maybe you just pick one. But obviously these are good. These 3 are picks that they made recently, and they all hit new all-time highs. So obviously 10x, 8x, 40% up. I mean, it's pretty impressive what they were able to do so far.
Let me share with you something in my head. I'm listening a lot of YouTubers, you know, and because I don't have the time, I'm listening in 1.5 speed, you know. That's how the world we're living in now. What is very sad. And what's happening is, if you see their market cap, they're like 20 million, 25 million, you know. And this guy saying in last bull market, reaching 1 billion with B for Bob market cap, it's not very hard, you know. So I'm thinking, what about 200, 300, 400 million? That should be much easier for good project like this. Just imagine there are 20, 25 million market cap right now. Some of them are less, you know. You can buy on the dip probably, you know, if there are some dips, hopefully. And then if they go just to 300 million market cap, we're talking about 10, 15x from now, you know. 10, 15x in a year and a half, even if we need to wait for the Bitcoin to hit, I don't know, 80, 90K. But the most important here is what I understand today. I listen a lot Crypto Banter, thanks to my second admin, who is amazing. She says, Phil, listen to this guy. And then he says, make sure you take money out, you know. If you don't cash out, it's the same like, it doesn't matter your portfolio worth 1 million and then drop down to 100K, you know. Don't cash out. And he has a very good strategy. Ivan on Tech also, I listen to all of them, and like most of us, you know, take money out, up on the way up, DCA out, you know, sell slowly, you know, 5%, then wherever. Do your strategy. Portfolio masters put their strategy, but I need to come up with mine, you know. Once the Bitcoin getting too hot, you know, like 70, 80K, when it's reached 100K, you know, we need to start taking profits, you know, and just leave some back there just in case moon even more.
Yep. I'm just reading this here. Look, it's basically saying, you know, their overall year-to-date performance is 1,120%, which is pretty freaking amazing. And then if you invested 1,000 in early November with the same weights and take profits as our portfolio, you would have made $3,000. So, I mean, these projects right now, they're doing pretty well. It's just, I don't know, it's a good time. If this does as well as it has been doing, because these are all obviously proven and they've been doing well, if this continues to do as well as they have been doing, it'll put you in a position where you could purchase the tokens that they're putting the calls on. A lot of these are 10xing, 8xing, 4xing. You can get to the point where you feel comfortable. You can sell enough of your position to get your money back and play with house money. And these could be great to just sit into the bull market and see if you can, you know, a couple of these in here, you know, who knows which ones, but a couple of these will, you know, 500x, 1000x, who knows what's going to happen in this next bull run. It's going to be kind of crazy, or what utility or what partnerships they're going to end up with, or, you know, what big major Fortune 500 company is going to pick them up. So interesting plays.
I prefer to follow these guys instead of some big YouTuber who have 500,000 subscribers and posting tokens by next Pepe or by next Shiba or wherever, you know. Why? Because we know what's happening with them, and these guys are not paid by any project, you know. The project don't even know them because they're very, very, very small. Once they grow up over, you know, 2,000-3,000 members, that will be different story then. But till at least couple of thousand members in the VIP group, you know, that's the best way. That's why I like them now. They're so small, nobody know them, you know. And I agree, I spoke with them. Listen, once you start, if you take ever payment from project and I find out, I'll be so pissed off. You know, because they say, no, man, what we're doing is we're doing the research, you know, and nobody know, you know, and then we're buying, we're posting. The project don't even know who we are. We don't even mention, you know. Of course, they can ask them a question, all that stuff, just like a normal member, you know. There we go. He's saying, always ROI first. Yes, that's the rule. Look, my admin become very good in research for some hot tokens on Solana network. And in the last, before I go in Germany, I ape into 3 of them, and I post them in my group, And I don't know what's happened, but we ape in the one in 2 days, double the money, 150%, 200%, So I pull out my initial and I leave the back. That's all. I put $100, I pull out $100. The next one I did 130 inside. I get out 130 in a couple of days. I leave inside around, I think 100 was, So, great, and like you say, leave them there. You don't know what's going to happen in the bull run. If they crash, it's only bank money, But if they do 2, 3, 4x, but you never know. What about if this somebody who, I think they even have a project, this portfolio master, it was 600,000-700,000 market cap, I think, or maybe 1 million. Just imagine this, 1 million market cap went to 300,000-400,000 millions. That's like 300x. It's crazy. It's like, what?
It's crazy, and it's possible. And again, like he's saying here, make sure to get your ROI. It's good to get your ROI. If these positions are doing well now because they actually have good utility and starting to get some hype behind them, and they go up past a 2x. Anything past a 2x allows you to claim back your initial, and then the rest is house money, and you can save a moon bag. Think about how well they are likely to do, at least in a bull market. So they've got the potential. Not that they will. Maybe whatever they're coming out with doesn't go as well or whatever. There's always that risk, and it's a business, so there's always a risk that the new developments that they're coming out with, or the promise of them being good, could go away for one reason or another. That's investing. That's why there's risk involved. But if they do go on the same trajectory in the next bull market, that little moon bag that you kept, that you essentially got for free, could be major. And I do want to mention too, like, $50 a month isn't too much money. Most people can afford that. I do want to mention that I think their VIP lifetime membership is $800. Like, I've lost $800 in 20 different rugs. So there's definitely a case there that can be made. That's just to buy it once outright, just so you have it. You're always a member of the VIP, group, and then you've got these calls coming in to now and throughout the whole bull market. And so a lot of potential there, which I think is pretty good. But yeah, 800 to me is just not a crazy lifetime number. And a lot of folks who are trying to dump $1,000 into each token or whatever it is, could afford that up front.
Yeah, I do agree. I spoke with a few YouTubers, with SK Crypto, even Richie, and they're like, first they're all skeptical, but once they do research and they see what calls they had, because it's not a lie, you can go back in the history and see what they posted and when did they post it. You cannot change the date if you post a year ago. You can't. Well, not yet. I don't know in the future. And then you really realize these calls are freaking amazing, most of them. Again, it was one wall chain, WTC, and they bought it, and then they say next in 2 days, hey guys, we get some red flags, and we're selling, and they sold. I didn't catch that, and I lost like 70% or 50% drop down, but I only put 70 quid, so it's okay. It's not a big deal, I'll cut the losses. But that's the good stuff. If they see something, because they're tracking on them, they'll say we're selling, we don't like this one, and then you can decide, you want to sell, just keep it, or maybe buy more. It was one token, I forget the name, and then it was $1 they bought, and then next they dropped to 38 cents, and they bought more. And and then I was going to buy, and then blow up to like 60 cents, like almost like 40% up in like a couple of hours, and I bought around 50 after that drop. But so they DCA. So this guy, that's what I like. They don't go like, they have, let's say, to spend $500 for a token. They don't go like $500 now. They try to DCA in case the price drop.
Yeah.
So that's the good stuff.
Yep. Like you said, you can't fake that. If they're posting the initial calls back when the prices are lower, they come out, everybody can see them. And so they're either getting in or they're not. And then you can watch the prices over time. I mean, that's what I did. I went into the free group first and was looking at the plays, and went back to the charts, and then looked at the dates they posted them and back to the charts. I watched them for a few days, and it's pretty impressive. So it's,
I think very soon after Christmas, there will be more. I don't know. I have the feeling that, like, because there are a couple of videos come up, me and you talking here and then, I think there will be more members pressuring the YouTubers, basically, hey guys, like, why don't say anything about these guys, because that's what's happening. I can see that, probably will be like videos coming here and there. I can see that coming, portfolio master everywhere. I'll make
It
them a
could
stand
be.
for the next crypto conference.
If they start hitting, I mean, all that has to happen is a decent sized influencer goes live, gets one of the plays, drops $5,000 in, and turns it into 50. That video right there, how I made 50 grand from Portfolio Masters, that will go viral, and these guys will be on everyone's channel all of a sudden. So hopefully I'm that influencer. Hopefully
That's a good idea.
I'm not big, but
I should do that, but not 5K. I'll put like
yeah, right,
100.
for sure. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, anywhere from 100 to maybe 300 on the plays I'm really liking, and just sprinkle it around and seeing what I can do. And I mean, I think it's going to be good. I don't want to hype them up too much. We gotta, we don't want to make it too much of a hype train, but I think they're going to be good. I'll be doing these plays, and I know you will be kind of live on your channel to see what works and what doesn't. So the more they hit winners, I think the more the information is going to spread about how great they are, and they'll get a bunch of people in their VIP channel.
Yeah, and the best type is you need the money to sell the token. Simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got the availability. It's not locked down like some of these ROI dApps. And don't get me wrong, like I love ROI dApps, and I love the ones that work the best. But it is, it's frustrating. It's a frustrating game to be in, particularly when the bull market comes and the token that you're holding or locking up, or the money you've got stashed in a stable coin, if that's just slowly earning you, but you're watching cryptocurrencies go up 10-20% a day, you want to have some free capital, liquid capital, to be able to spread around.
Yeah, I do agree.
But
all right. SK
is
here.
Yeah. So Lee, thank you, buddy, for throwing a little tip out. Appreciate that. And then I see he's reminding me right here. I see that he's got some food down here. So remind me to talk about our project. We'll go over to it because we got some new updates coming out that are pretty cool. And everything's going good over on that end. Maybe I'll jump to it. But we got some great people in the chat. So thank you guys for joining. SK, appreciate you, my man. Okay, look at this. So he played one of the plays at 3x for him, and he rolled his profits back into elephant.money on the dip. So I like that.
Okay, well done, SK. Welcome to the chat, buddy. Welcome to the chat. Highly appreciate it. We have like YouTubers here, so that's good.
We do. Yeah, it's nice to have a good network of buddies who actually support each other.
Yeah, good.
Like
he did already 3x. He just joined like not even 10 days ago. I spoke with him. Says Phil, the point is I spoke with few YouTubers. Say, guys, I like these guys. This is good for your community. Your community can make money here. Do your research always. Don't put more money you can afford to lose. But this is not a project. Go and join the free. Just share to your community to join the free version. If they want paid, and I share like to 10 YouTubers, and most of them don't respond. And after like few weeks, when I share again the results, they say, "Oh, really, Phil? I missed for a month already." I say, "Well, I told you."
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we try to find the best projects we can, and some do really well for a while, and then even the honest Ponzi's. I like an honest Ponzi that lasts for a while, as long as they're not rugging. Hopefully, it lasts for as long as possible, and as many people as possible make money. Because in the scheme of things, there's a lot of investments that are structured like a Ponzi as it is, but it's really nice to be able to just throw these out there and have no affiliation whatsoever. Just these are the plays that they're calling out, and they're paying off. So it gives people opportunities to go in. It's also kind of nice too that, like, I don't know, in a way it's nice that they're not super easy to get into. So the folks have to think, okay, is this something I want to get into? Am I willing to lose the $300 that I'm going to throw into this one? I am. Now I got to go figure out how to buy it. There's a few steps to the process. And so it makes people really think, like, is this something, do I want to click all these buttons in order to get this investment done? So I think that barrier is healthy for some folks. I know even me, I've jumped into plenty of stuff really quickly because it was a little too easy to get into, and sometimes had a little regret later, like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have pulled the trigger on that. Got a little FOMO real quick, invested in it. It only took 2 clicks of a button and I was already in. So yeah, interesting to see how this is going to play out. But looks like we got a bunch of good folks in here, and I'm pumped that you already 3x'd. I'm jealous now.
Don't be. Okay, we are at 44 minutes. You know me, I'm around 1 hour.
Yep.
Tell me about your project, and maybe we can pick up something else
Yeah,
that's
let's do
happening in
that
the
real
DeFi
quick. So
space
let's
right
just hit
now.
that. Nothing too crazy, but we have been. Let's see. Let me share the screen.
I saw a food truck last week, and I was thinking it's you, but it was here in Liverpool.
Oh,
But
you
I
did?
know it's not you
Yeah.
because it's
That's
far
awesome,
away.
man. Yeah, we're working on some new stuff that's going to be cool, but it's going to be even more spread out, cover some more territory, but it's coming up. But we've got for all the NFT holders that originally purchased these NFTs down here, all these coffers are getting filled in stages. So one in the next couple of days, one a couple of days after that, and then everything will be open before Christmas. People can claim, get their funds, buy Christmas presents, all that stuff. So that's pretty exciting. We've had plenty of banking regulation issues with onboarding fiat back into the crypto world. So it's kind of slowed us down a little bit, but we think we found the solution for that. We've been able to on-ramp money lately, but we're doing it in slower chunks because we obviously are making money from the business side out there with the food trucks, and then we roll it back in. But the government doesn't want to let us actually onboard those funds without a bunch of a hassle. But we're pretty close to getting that fully resolved. We've got a pathway to on-ramp enough to get by. So we make sure everyone's always paid from their NFT investments and all that type of stuff. So that's cool. And then we've got a couple new versions of things. Our new platinum NFTs just came out last week, and that helps folks collect some Defis from the games. And then we've also got the Foodtopian NFTs. These are going to go to actually help us buy another food truck that's more of a maxed out turbo truck where we can increase the capacity by something like 50% or something. So we can sell more food on each trip out, right? You can only pack the food trucks with so much food before they go out. Once they sell out, you're pretty much done for the day. We really don't have enough time to go back and reload them and then send them back out. So really that's our business model, our external business model. These food trucks are going out and they're obviously selling that food. So as efficient as we can make that process and the more food we can sell per day is going to drive more revenue. And so that's the whole name.
How many food truck you have at the moment?
So we basically have one turbo truck that we can load both sides with. One that's got a hot side and a cold side. So if you're want to purchase some sort of food, you can come up and you can pick from the hot meals or the cold meals, cold beverages, candy bars, chips, all that type of stuff. So it's a turbo truck that's actually heated and cooled. So we've got a refrigerated section and a heated section if you want something specific. Then we also have an actual food trailer, like a food truck trailer, where we can do all the food prep and everything like that, and we can use that to sell, but we actually have to tow that places. It doesn't have its own engine. It's just a trailer. So the next step in the evolution for us is going to be this third unit, which is going to be the super turbo truck, which is going to allow us to have a lot more capacity and drive revenue that way. But the ecosystem has been getting built out over time, right? We're adding some different things. We've got some games. We got a handful of other things that have been going. If you're not involved, for the folks who aren't involved, we've got this game, which is the Street Vendor Wars, where you're essentially, it's like a play to earn game. You're essentially purchasing a turbo truck or purchasing a food truck rather, and then that's earning you BNB as it's sitting. It's selling food throughout the day. Then you can upgrade to the next level and it's going to give you more food bucks. Basically, you're selling more. This will just show you the tiers, this little drop down, super hard to see. But every level increases the food coins that you're getting per hour. And so really the object of the game is to beat the other players. We've got you can upgrade all 5 trucks up to a level 5 until they're fully maxed out, and that gives you this yield every day. You can sell the yield for BNB if you want to, or you can use the yield that you've earned to upgrade your next truck. But there's about 172 BNB in here right now, so it's with just 70 players, so it's pretty good. We've been just increasing investors over time, still really early on in the game, but just a nice little kind of minor play to earn game. And then the fees that come from this go back into the other part of the ecosystem, so it all kind of feeds itself and people get to have fun with the gaming. But there's a lot of folks that are already making really good money per day in this one.
Hey Scott, do you ever? By the way, I just have an idea. Do you plan to
Yeah.
attend maybe a crypto conference? I think that will be like a smashing idea there. I never see anything with food. Yeah, I saw wine and something stupid over there on the last crypto conference in Berlin, what doesn't make any sense. I think for somebody, they promote wine with crypto. You can buy their
Yep.
special wine in some stores. They're, with the token, you get discount. But dude, I think if you bring this one idea over there with a nice crypto conference, couple of thousand people, you can get a lot of eyes there. Probably you can find some investors, like pretty easy, to be honest.
Yeah. Some
Like I'm
bigger
talking about
investors.
big, I'm talking about real investors, like
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
shit
Exactly.
investors.
I want to put in good chunks of money. Yeah, that's
Ye-
super interesting. We've thought about the idea of doing capital raises out in the real world. I don't think we've discussed as a team how interesting it would be to actually take this to a crypto conference and try to
Yeah, yeah.
onboard
I
people
have
right there.
I,
Something we
I
could
have
do.
some connections already, actually, in the guy who ran a crypto conference. I met them twice, one in London and one here, and we said, dude, you coming here? I say, yeah. And then because they want me to help them to for tickets and all this stuff. So I just got his number. I spoke with him today also for some different stuff. So yeah, I'm more than happy to connect you wherever you need. They're here in London. They'll be. I know you guys are close
Yep,
to
they're
London.
both out there. They're both in the
Yes.
Midlands.
So yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm more than happy to help.
Cool. Yeah. Let's connect offline after we get into this and share that contact information, because that could be good. And Keith is our dev, and so he's the brains behind how we puts these contracts together, and makes them super safe and locks everything out. We don't have access to funds, and so everything's done really well. And I think everyone who's been in our ecosystem since the beginning, we've been running this stuff for about a year now. Everyone knows that they're safe. We're essentially unruggable. We haven't had any issues with anything. They're not super big protocols yet, because we haven't done a really big marketing push on any of them. But like you said, maybe a crypto conference would be the thing to drive a lot of additional TVL and push us forward, because there's some plans that we've got over time. We've been growing it kind of slowly. We haven't tried to drive tons of capital into the main platform here, because we definitely had to get our system down as far as the food trucks before we could just add a bunch, right? We got to figure out, we're going to have to rotate out of the current situation that we have over to a food prep facility. We're going to have to get our own facility that has a commercial kitchen to be able to service the 5 to 10 trucks that we want to try to build out this year, in addition to a mega truck, which is a different kind of food truck, like the really nice food trucks that you see at the really big events. We've got an in. Keith used to work in the event industry, and so we've got an in to work some of these really prominent events, and they make, big money there over the week-long period or whatever that they're holding the event. And to get into that, you have to have a specific type of truck, and you have to have a food concept that is much different than what else is out there. So we've got the concepts and everything like that locked. We're just going to end up raising the capital to do those. So it's all kind of come in stages. But finally, we're at a really good point. We didn't want to grow too fast, be making a bunch of money on the food truck side, and then not be able to on-ramp it back in, to get back in the system to make sure all the NFT holders and everything were paid. So I think we're in a position now where we can do that. But that's a great idea. I think 2024, we're going to make this thing a lot larger.
I'm happy to hear you're doing well. And then if anybody want to join, by the way, who is watching from my members, I'll please post our link there, and I'll post a link in my Telegram probably later on.
Love it.
I like the crypto. Lee, well done, man.
Smash the like. I like the stream if you would. Let's do another thing real quick. Let's go to let's talk about your charity real quick. I know charitable time. I try to talk about it on every live stream. It's right, live stream that we do. Sorry, I can't talk. But you do a lot of charitable work, both in India, some in Africa, all over. What's your latest thing? What's your next step? And then I'm gonna go in and donate some money. And I'll
by the way, a big thank you for mentioning my charity a lot in your stream. I saw that, and I know you sent live some money. Thank you so much. I'm happy some people helping me. There's some members like even BT, from from Elephant
Elephant.
Money, and
Yeah.
some of the members there, they send me like just before I go to my big trip. I'm not sure if people know I went to India. I'm doing a lot of charity. If people don't know, for over 60, 58, 60 weeks, 60 weeks. That's a lot, like 60 weeks. So
Yeah.
so that's crazy. You're almost year and a half actually. And then I'm helping these kids. I'm still paying the teacher, so I'm helping a big chunk of kids, in homeless kids in India, who I visit them, spend some time there. I also work in Mother Teresa place. That was like life experience for me. You see all the diseases, problems, and it's just, you realize people sleeping on the streets with one meal a day, if they are lucky, one a day. Never throwing food. They eat, when they eat fish, they eat with the bones, just don't throw them the bones, basically. And it's very sad way to see. Of course not all, but majority people there, it's a lot of poor people, a lot of homeless people. It's just, you cannot see here in the West Country. I think probably you can see, but there is just, it's different way, it's different world there. All right, so I'm happy I went, I'm happy I help. My admin travel 38 hours on train to come and meet me and he stayed with me for almost like 10 days, 8-9 days, 38 hours
That's
on
amazing.
train. I was so, dude, that's respect. That's real respect. On train 38 hours. Who travel, man? Who? Like
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
And then so right now I'm helping. I have two guys in Africa who are doing videos for me, and one amazing guy he's doing right now, actually this week or next week. Thank you for sharing the address. In India. He's visiting the kids. Whole thing next week will be, and he will be dressed like Santa, because Christmas is coming. So it'll be like Santa Phil, and then so I'm financing a teacher there. I'm paying her some money every month. She's teaching 3 hours a day. I met her. This guy like going and check her randomly, just to see, because the parents will complain if she's don't come there. So she's there every day, Monday to Friday, 3 hours a day. They singing, learning to write down some letters, just to be able to write. Hopefully there are like 20 kids, over 20 kids, and we get them like a big chunk of food once a month. For them, and I'm trying to help in Africa every 2 weeks. Different guys, depends how much money I have, how much money, because all this trip and everything I'm paying by myself, so it costs a lot of money, because I went there, you need to pay trip, food, sleep. Food was cheap, but the travel is freaking expensive, going to all the way to India and back. You need to come back. So I'm still continuing to help. I never want to stop. I will help till I can. If I cannot help this month, I'll help next month. But I have finance now for a good several weeks from today. So that's good. I already have 4 videos already to post for the next 4 weeks. So everything doing fine, man. I'm thank you for everybody who has been helping with anything. And I highly suggest go and do something good in the world. Doesn't mean to send me money in the address, don't worry, but do something out for the universe. Just give something back, because more you give is more you receive in life. Just help somebody bring the bags from store to the car, help your neighbor, help some old lady, just help anything. Go and do some charity work, in the how you call them, like where the homeless people eat, in the soup, I think store in America, that's how you call them. Just do something good. It's like the beneficial what you get in your heart. It's like the biggest satisfaction you can get when you help somebody. It's a lot to do.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree with you. We love the stuff that you do. I love the videos when you post them. So that's why I'm always trying to make sure I promote it. Your wallet address for the donations in the comments or in the description section of every video I do. So hopefully folks take advantage of that once in a while and put a little bit in. And it doesn't have to be a lot of money. You're doing a lot of this stuff for under $50 for per case. And so a $5 donation actually is a good chunk of helping some folks out for that 1 week. So it's pretty amazing. But I just made another donation over there just through $25. I had it in there, so hopefully that will help. Lee is asking if he can send base ETH.
It's address, man. Send everything. It's accepting everything. Don't send BUSD anymore.
Yeah, true, right? I know. I probably need to take that off. I have it listed as BUSD, but based on how things are going, that doesn't look good. But yeah, You can send base ETH over that address too.
Yeah, you can send. You can send. Hey, Scott, just let's stay a few more minutes. Let's mention a few projects. What you investing? By the way, I will tell you what I'm going next.
Yeah. Yep. I think that one of the big ones that's a DApp that's going to come out that's got a good team and they're really crossing their T's and dotting their I's is this Warren. Right, so Warren's going to be, I know you're probably going to get in that one too. It's going to be an offshoot kind of the Carol protocol, at least from the idea of Carol, but they've made some changes and tried to make it better. So it's going to be pretty interesting. That one's going to launch. It's looking like maybe next week. They're doing all the testing and all that to make sure it's perfect. But I know there's a bunch of big names behind it. They're going to come out and promote it. So I see it flying fast. I think as soon as this one launches, it's going to fly up and people are going to wonder where it came from, because all the big guys like Stunna and a handful of other folks are going to do videos, and they got big followings, and so it'll drive the TVL up. And then the minute the TVL goes up, people are going to be talking about this new project that's taken off. So Moonshot Max is doing all the communication for the project and everything, and so they got the Telegram lit up so you guys can join that. But I think that's the next app that's really going to fly. So I'm interested to see kind of what happens there. And then a lot of the projects I'm already in, still trying to make the most money I can out of, and then roll those into new opportunities.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. I think that can fly, except if Richard Hardon messed up the Pulse token.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, like even Pulse Drip, they coming with something new that can be very interesting. Something like Titan X.
Yeah.
Let's see how they're going to go. I'm a little bit hyped about that. I love that team also, Pulse Drip. I know also like Alpha 365, they did some change, so the price dropped now, because it's just the point with all this project is people need to use it. They're coming with different things, like Alpha 365 come with some Omega NFTs and all this stuff, but if people don't use them, it is what it is.
Exactly.
One on like Carol, you mentioned Carol. We know what's happening with Carol, and it's very sad. It's a very great tokenomics for DeFi project. I think very good. It was very good concept, but the things was happening is when it went south, it's very sad. It is what it is. Definitely, I hope with the Warren what's coming, what's the fork of Carol, will be a good change there. Because there's some change who need to be done, adjust, and can fly for a long time. Yeah. One I ate in, it's called Kobe, Kobe. And these guys, I bought a token, and it's coming like I would say similar like elephant.money, something like that, but it's more complex. And I bought the token, it was 00 whatever 1.2, and now it's like 1.9 today, so 50% up for me. I'm happy days. I think when you sell, it's like 10% tax. But I will do a video for that next week. I need to check with the member. They were very out from communication. I know they were building, so they come back to me today actually, say, Phil, it's all ready to go after like 4 weeks. I say, wait, you just delayed for 4 weeks, but they better late than delay. But I'm going to make a video for that, to see how they're going to go. There are a lot of projects, but now I'm just focusing, to be honest, with tokens. As I told you, buy some even very low market cap. Try to do 1x, 2x, take the profits, go to the next one, go to the next play. Because I can see that's coming. Also, I'm going to probably buy a Keystone wallet. And need to reach with that team just to get more research, because that's coming like the most safest hardware wallet ever exists. Just to know, Keystone, that's how it's called.
Keystone,
yeah, I never use it. I met people who use it here, and they introduced me in the conference, how they're using, and all the stuff. They say it's like so safe, no connection with anything, it's just scanning and fingerprints and passport, and it's like protection from everywhere.
Interesting.
It's very, very unique. I was thinking to get a Tandem wallet and all that stuff, because I use only Ledger, but Tandem wallet is easy to use and all that stuff. But this one is look like, if you for long hold, not everyday use, this is the one. It's more complex, but it's the safest. I think so. Yeah, I will have a look, and I'll do a deep research after Christmas, probably video. But yeah, I need to
Yeah,
reach
let
to
me
the
know.
team.
I've actually been in contact with the team, and
Oh,
they've been talking to me about maybe trying one of those out. So I was meaning to maybe do a video on it. I'm afraid to mess up the system that I have with this one, but I would be interested in doing it for sure on my long-term hold wallet, that it's just sitting there, right, and then I'm not interacting with every day. So
yeah.
that might be ideal.
I think it's a very good idea. I was listening several videos on my way back. When I was waiting on airport. When you have like hour and a half. So I say, okay, let me do research. And yeah, I'm on for now. I'm also, so probably we can chat after this for how to reach to the team, because I'm trying to connect them, and I really want to do like crack on video to help to my members, basically, to learn more. And I'm going to do a lot of education video in the next year, to be honest, like how to use Ruby, MetaMask, how to breach and all the stuff, because people don't know how to breach. What is very sad. And if you don't breach to different protocols, you can lose the chance. Like Warren, like some tokens coming, like Pulse Drip. People don't go there because they're afraid to breach. And the worst is how to breach back.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah. I think we're over 1 hour. Like.
Yep. So. No, that was good. I think you're right, and I think you're right about this is why Portfolio Masters, I think, is so important right now. If we go into the bull market, it'll be a lot more important for you to be investing in these tokens that are going to end up flying, rather than getting in protocols that have any type of reflection token. Good for like Carol's, if they hadn't made all those changes, that could have been a really good one, because it's attached to ETH, and so I guess anytime you're earning in another blue chip cryptocurrency, that might be good. But it's going to be interesting to see the places we're going forward. But of course, we'll report on those. So, well, my man,
thank you for sending money, by the way, Lee. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we get some in there. One more call out.
Very
my
important.
admin says that on the 10th of December, 1700 UTC, that's when they're going to do the AMA. So really interested in checking that out, because I've done a good amount of research. So like, I know what it's all about, but I think the AMA will clarify a lot more things for me and everyone else. So check that out. If you find it interesting, make sure to jump over, just pay for the VIP, spy on some of these tokens, figure out which ones you want to go in on, and make the play. And hopefully in 2024, we can all crush it. I mean, the tools and resources, I think, are there. I think we've identified who the trusted teams are. And so hopefully we all do well. And then, like Phil says, once you get those big wins, make sure that you give back.
Let me show you the last thing before we wrap up, how they promote on the crypto conference the 2 hot projects. Check this out. What's this?
What's it say? P100? I can't read the rest, but
yeah, P100. Yeah. That's the one I'm going to mention. And it's a condom. It's crazy, yeah?
Oh, that's funny.
It says it's time. It's time.
That's funny.
You can read. Well, yeah.
That's memorable. That's memorable. People are going to remember that. So I like it.
The 2 projects from all like 25, 30, wherever they were there, that's what they're promoting. It's crazy, man. It's great.
Super interesting. Well, do me a favor. We'll hang out after this. Make sure to send me the info on Kobe. I'm interested in checking that out.
And I'm going to send you. Yeah, it's the guy. I don't know the guy. I guess he's the main guy. He is well known in the crypto space, because people investing and nobody do a video. I think it was only 1 or 2 videos out there. Yeah. So I don't know the guy. So I'm trying to find more information for him. So I spoke with a few other people. They mentioned he's known in the space. So that's good,
Yeah.
So, all right, buddy. Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Thank you, Mark, for joining. Excited to hear your AMA, and then sounds good, buddy. We'll talk soon, and we'll get. We need to probably do at some point do an AMA on your channel, but we'll get.
Yeah, definitely. When I need to learn how you doing.
And you connect it all. Okay, sounds good. Everyone, smash the like on your way out, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Really appreciate you joining.